What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Wash Ups podcast. How you doing, Garrett?
Doing pretty good. Can't complain.
Yeah, me too. I'm doing good. So we're gonna jump right in it here. Let's start off with the Daytona 500, which was Monday instead of Sunday because of a weather delay. So the winner, Danny Hamlin, not Hamilton. I called him Hamilton the whole damn race until the very end, and I was like, oh, never mind. His name's Hamlin. Back-to-back winner. He's the fourth to ever do it.
Sporting the number 11 FedEx car.
11 Wyatt. FedEx. He's won 3 of the last 5 Daytonas. It's third on the all-time list winner of Daytona. There were 2 overtimes in the race, which is they add 2 laps to the end of the race due to a caution flag. It was Jimmy Johnson's last Daytona 500.
Yep.
And he got in a wreck.
Sad to see him.
Really unfortunate for him.
Yes. Sad to see that happen.
Yeah.
Just it's hard really to get into NASCAR, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel you.
500 laps, dude. No one wants to sit through that.
500?
I mean, we got the XFL because we didn't want to sit through 4 hours of the NFL.
I feel you 100%.
Just watching left turns for hours and hours. It gets a little old, man.
Turn. And another left turn. I mean, what
honestly, just watch the last 3 to 5 laps. That's what I do. I drink with everybody else until it's the last 3 to 5 laps.
Exactly.
I mean, we don't have Danica Patrick in there just wrecking everybody up. So, I mean, we don't really have action throughout.
She was the source of entertainment for NASCAR when she was there because we were guaranteed one huge wreck when she was racing.
I know.
That is why women.
And those GoDaddy commercials? I mean,
oh, man.
Gave us something to watch.
Let's not get started on the GoDaddy commercials, okay?
But it's just like watching golf. I mean, you don't watch that. I mean,
yeah,
maybe
18th hole, 18th, 17th hole. You
can understand, or just watch a recap.
Watch tee off. You know,
it's just boring as hell.
Yeah. Really unfortunate for Ryan Newman. What car was he? The 6th car?
Yeah, he's number 6.
6th car. Yeah.
I mean, he just got pit maneuvered is what happened by Ryan Blaney. And the reason Ryan Blaney pitted him is because Denny Hamlin was actually pushing him in the back.
Yeah. And then
caused him to go from 1st to 4th. And
Blaney was just going to ride him until the end. At the very, and then
it looked like Newman was going to win.
Yeah. He was 5 seconds away from winning.
Last lap. And then all of a sudden, it looked like a scene from Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
I mean, just flying through the air, rams against the darn wall.
Yeah. And it also looked like
scary.
It looked like the movie Cars too.
I thought the same thing
when the blue car goes up in the air and twists around.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah, it was
bringing back memories.
Tough. But
I just like just thinking about that. I feel like Ryan Newman was really flying through the air, and then bam, and then just you see Denny Hamlin over there. He's crossing the finish line. Just
it was a bad spot for him. He was just in a bad spot. How you celebrate winning?
I mean, he was over there just doing fist bumps out the window and donuts down the. He did not care.
He was put in a tough spot.
Okay, he did go on to say that he didn't realize the seriousness of the wreck.
Yeah.
However, Ryan Newman was just sitting there in the car, completely broken and like burning alive. So
he did go to the hospital, but I think they released him Wednesday.
Yeah, but you know what was good about that? At least he finished the race.
He did. He skinned across, finished 6th.
Right on his roof.
Yeah. Damn, that's so.
He finished in 4th, I thought.
4th, 6th, it doesn't matter. He doesn't remember.
Hey, man, he crossed that line, though. Although, like Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last.
That's true.
Shake and bake, baby.
Shake and bake. He did get released from the hospital, though, which is good. He's all right.
Yeah, all jokes aside, he's doing well. At least he didn't devil and hard himself. You know.
It's funny, but it's not funny at the same time.
So messed up, I believe.
It is not. Okay. Let's move on to a little something else.
A little more action-packed.
All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
This weekend. How about, so obviously I called the dub. Team LeBron.
You called the dub. We both took Dame for the 3-pointer.
And he didn't even participate. because he was hurt.
Nope.
Buddy Hield won it.
And in an exciting fashion,
he did.
Devin Booker. Devin Booker.
He was going for
26 points.
back-to-back. Booker was going for back-to-back, and Buddy Hield just spoiled him, man.
Last shot.
Right there.
Ended it.
But you want to talk about the slam dunk contest, that controversial?
Yeah, so just before, I know I didn't say it on the podcast last week, but I had Aaron Gordon going into this thing like most people did.
I thought he was going to win it.
I mean, the lineup was Aaron Gordon, Derek Jones Jr. from Miami Heat. You had Dwight Howard from the Lakers. Good to see him back in there.
Yeah, it was. Superman.
And then they had Pat Connaughton,
I think.
Pat Connaughton from Milwaukee Bucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it was exciting.
Yeah.
It was honestly
one of the better dunk contests
It was one of the best dunk contests I've ever seen. I'd put it up there with the Dominique Wilkins and Michael Jordan battle, and also the bout between Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon we saw in 2016.
Exactly.
But just to dive right into that, we'll start talking about some of the dunks that started up, and then we'll lead into that controversial end to the competition.
Dwight Howard started off his dunk with a Superman. He went throwback on him.
He started off with that?
What, didn't he start off with a Superman?
No, I think he started off with there was a freeze frame 360 dunk that he did.
Oh, yeah. That's what he's talking about. Yeah.
He came in with, it wasn't really strong. He came in with a 41. But, I mean, it was
I thought it was pretty good.
Cool.
Because he did, I mean, he froze.
Yeah.
And twists around.
Just not up to the hype of this dunk contest.
No.
And then
Pat Connaughton came out with a white man can't jump.
Oh, yeah, dude. Classic Woody Harrelson, white man can't jump, get up. He delivered, too.
He jumped over Giannis, didn't he?
Not that one. He jumped over MLB MVP.
Christian Yelich. Yeah, he did.
A nice little pump over him. Two-hand slam.
So, Aaron Gordon comes out first dunk, between the legs, behind the back jam. I mean, wow. He was impressive. That was a 50, wasn't it? He got a 50.
Yeah.
He got like six straight 50s.
He got 6 straight 50s. It was ridiculous.
Gosh.
And then we got to see throwback Dwight, Superman brought out the cape, and then the Kobe tribute. Which he said that Kobe was actually supposed to be a part of it. He was actually supposed to bring the cape out.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know, unfortunate things happen, and he's not with us anymore. But it was good to see that tribute.
Mm-hmm. And then Connaughton comes out, jumps over Giannis.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet. And tapped the backboard, too.
It was. I didn't see it at first, but on the replay, I saw where he took the ball off of Giannis' head, and then just that sweet little tap and slamming it. It was sick.
Yeah, he was pretty good. He didn't do too bad. He just wasn't on the level of these.
No, and then we get into some Derek Jones Jr.'s dunks. I mean, he showed out with a clean 360 between the legs in the opposite direction.
I could not imagine doing this kind of stuff.
Coming from the right side. I mean, it was clean. That got him a 50, I do believe. 48 or 50. And then Aaron Gordon comes back. Baseline.
Over Chance
the Rapper, who was standing in front of the basket.
Yeah.
Grabbed the ball over his head. Reversed it back. Slammed it with one hand.
Smooth like that.
I mean, the creativity that Aaron Gordon brings to the table is unreal. Actually, Derek Jones Jr., all of these dudes.
Yeah.
It's just getting better and better.
They came with heat. It's all-star.
It's not those basic dunks you're seeing anymore.
No. Then Derek Jones Jr., another in between the legs dunk, another 50 from Aaron Gordon.
I mean, but Derek Jones jumped over 2 people with that in between the legs jump.
He did. It was off the backboard too, wasn't he?
No, that was the next one.
Oh, okay.
The first one he took it
in between the legs, jumped over 2. Oh my dear goodness!
And then Derek Jones had another nice dunk.
Yeah, it was off the side of the backboard.
It was off the side of the backboard, in between the legs again.
No, he did throw it off the backboard. He threw it off the backboard and jumped over a dude in between.
Oh yeah, that was the ending dunk. No, that was one of them. That was the
one.
He came straight up.
Yeah.
Bounced off the backboard, in between the legs, slam.
Scary stuff.
And then, honestly, the best dunk I've ever seen in my life.
Best dunk.
Absolutely. Smoothest.
Hands down.
Aaron Gordon.
Did he throw it or somebody else?
Okay, so He had someone else throw it.
Yeah.
He came baseline, and from the baseline they threw it off the side of the backboard. And he
off
came
the edge, not
the
the side of the backboard, the edge, like
the edge of
the skinny side edge part, like
caught it midair, 360 windmill,
all with one hand.
One hand.
That
was
ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
That's the only reason I think he got robbed, bro.
I did too.
Because it was the best dunk of the night and the best dunk I've ever seen in my life. It was scary.
It was incredible. And then Jones had to copy him. And then he came off the side of the backboard again.
And they
went off the side of the backboard.
And they gave him a 50.
And between the legs. I believe he deserved a 48-49 for not being original. But, he did the in between the legs a couple times. Kind of getting old, don't get me wrong. Impressive. I don't know about a 50, though. But, we'll get into the next two.
Yeah.
And to round out this overtime slam dunk competition, we had Derek Jones throw down a windmill from about a foot short of the free throw line.
Yeah. Crazy hops.
Gliding through the air.
It was smooth.
And then the turnaround, man, from Aaron Gordon.
When he jumped over Taco Fall.
7 foot 5 Taco Fall.
And dunked it. And
dunked
cleared him. Well, he teabagged him. But he cleared him. He
basically
got 7'3".
Sign this man up to the Olympics. He is doing this with a basketball in his hand. The highest recorded high jump was 7'11".
That's crazy. And he was basically there.
He's not too. I mean, there's a bit of a distance there, but he's dunking the ball.
Yeah, imagine him not having to dunk, just straight up jumping.
I mean, this guy has the craziest vert.
God, whatever.
And the results ended up being 47-48 decision. Jones won.
Aaron Gordon was the one of two players that ever only finished runner-up twice. You know who the other guy was? Dominique Wilkins, who ended up winning the dunk contest.
He won twice,
2 more times.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
I just don't know that I agree with the results of this one.
It was close. It was close.
It was close.
Could have been a draw.
I'd lean it more to Aaron Gordon.
I'd lean it more to Aaron Gordon 100%, but it should not have been.
Derek Jones shouldn't have won.
No. I don't think he should have won.
And I think we're in a vast majority of people.
It was the one. Yeah, it was the one dunk that I saw when he off the edge of the backboard, one-handed 360. I was like, bro, that's
game.
That's
it's game. Like, they should have called blouses right now.
No way. No.
But it's not how it ended up.
Well, they could have at least let him go into another round. They could have made him draw that round, gave him both 50s, and then
they could have.
I don't know, bro. It's whatever.
I low-key heard on the rumor mill that it was Dwayne Wade that
Dwayne Wade was one of them.
That messed up this.
No, there were 3 of them that gave Aaron Gordon a 9 instead of a 10.
Ugh.
But because the judges, Common said the judges had planned on giving them a draw and letting them go another round. But Dwayne Wade and 2 other people, I don't remember who the 2 other judges were, but they gave him a 9 too.
I mean, that's just something you don't plan for. You don't plan for going 2 extra rounds.
Heck no. But when they're that good, you got to.
Let's just carry. I just don't understand.
I could have watched that mess all
his thinking when he decides, hey, let's grab 7 foot 5 Taco Fall.
When he walked out on the court, bro,
I was like, what is this
dude is really not going to jump over 7 foot 5 Taco Fall. Like, no. That does not happen. It does not happen.
Taco Fall went on record and said this was not planned. He said, I was scared.
He didn't know if he could jump over him or not. He still ended up doing it. Oh, you know what else was good this weekend that we had? The start of college baseball.
College baseball.
Yeah.
And spring training for the MLB.
Spring training in the MLB.
Speaking of MLB, before we get into college baseball, it's been everywhere.
All over the place. The Houston Astros Cheating Scandal.
Yeah.
So, basically, for you people that don't know, the Astros used a camera in center field to steal the signs. And the players, they would watch the catcher deliver the sign to the pitcher live in between the dugout and the clubhouse, so that little hallway stairwell type place, and they would bang on a trash can.
Or they would do a whistle. The
Or a
Yankees
whistle.
said that they were using a whistling system 2018. So this occurred from their championship team in 2017, Houston Astros,
And 2018.
carried on to the 2018 team.
And in 2019, the Nationals said they were doing it against them too.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they tried to get away with it as long as they possibly could. I mean, it's devastating.
Yeah, the franchise was fined.
To figure out a team's pitching signals is one thing. But using technology is where they draw the line, and it becomes illegal.
The commissioner, Rob Manfield, put out a statement in 2017 that, quote, all 30 clubs have been notified that future violations of this type will be subject to more serious sanctions, including the possible loss of draft picks. And then he released another statement in 2018 that said, quote, electronic equipment, including game feeds in the club replay room and or video room, may never be used during a game for the purpose of stealing the opposing team's signs. So they knew what they were doing. They knew it was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, even without those statements being released, they knew it was wrong.
It's against the rules. Like,
It's
in the
plain
rule
and
books.
simple.
I mean,
You can't watch the signal and then give that feedback to your batter.
and all they really did, the franchise was fined, and they put an asterisk on the World Series, meaning that it doesn't count. They didn't even take the actual trophy away from the Houston Astros.
And the players regretted immunity.
Yeah.
Nothing is happening to them.
Because they cooperated with the investigation, that nothing's going to happen to them because of it. And other players, I mean, they're going to get pegged.
Oh yeah, dude. You already know everybody's about to get hit. You know, I saw it was a poll they were doing. It was how many players on average do you think are going to get hit over this next MLB season? And I'm pretty sure it averaged out to be like an 85.6.
Yeah, with the Astros. I mean, it's crazy, bro. Like that. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I mean, it's gonna be.
They're gonna have to take it.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate for the guys that got just put on team.
I mean, the pitchers are gonna get thrown out of the game for hitting them, and they probably don't care. I wouldn't care.
No.
I think
However
they
many game season.
162.
162 game season.
So really, in my opinion, they should be punished way more. Just as
Absolutely.
anybody else who gets caught stealing signs. Like the Red Sox are in an investigation right now with it. From 2017, 2018. They're in
2017.
Basically because it's against the rules and they were warned 2 to 3 times. They should be stripped of the World Series completely. The trophy should be taken from Houston. All of the players should have to give their rings back because they cheated. They cost people so much money and success. They should be suspended. I think they should be suspended.
Even if you strip them from all these things, there are still other teams and players that were stripped of what could have been if it weren't for this scandal.
Judge got robbed of the MVP in
Yep.
2017.
I mean, Jose was getting the calls for him.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard not to
They were
bail out.
blasting off on each other. I mean, the Astros were just blasting off on pitchers like it was nothing.
I know.
Everybody, they were so good without it. They didn't need to do the sign stealing. They were so good.
And their pitching was good.
Yeah.
I think Zach Greinke was a pitcher.
But last year they had Zach Greinke, Garrett Cole, and Justin Verlander, and still lost. It's terrible.
Just, you're taken away from a lot of teams. Your stats are getting taken away, right?
Yeah.
So
Other team stats are getting, other players' stats are getting taken away.
it's just absolutely ridiculous. Honestly.
No, it's bad for the sport of baseball because not only we're already at a stage where people don't like to watch baseball because it's not as exciting. When stuff like this happens and comes out, it doesn't help the sport of baseball at all. Like really now, nobody really is gonna watch it because they're just like, oh, they just steal
And then
signs
you're just-
and cheat and it's.
There's no point of having a decent pitcher. I mean, they're all going to be
because it
it's
doesn't
all
matter.
going to be the same.
Doesn't matter. The pitcher, if they know what's coming, if they know what pitch is coming, it doesn't matter how good the pitcher is. They're gonna sit back, wait on it, blast off.
And I believe they got caught one time by a pitcher. The pitcher realized, I think he was playing for the White Sox at the time, and forget his name, but
Fernandez and something like that.
something like that. And then he
He
called
went, so they went back to back. They went fastball, change up, and every time change up came on, they heard a bang
from the
inside
trash
dugout.
can.
It was bang, bang like that every time once the signal was called. And then, so the third time they threw the change, and the count was like 2-2 or whatever. And the third time they threw the change up, he heard it again, and he had to stop, and he stopped the game and called the catcher up. He's like, man, we got to change our sign because of it. So then he threw another fastball, and hitter fouled it off, and then came back with the changeup and struck him out because he didn't know it was coming. Scary.
You know, I was watching some videos on Twitter, and there was a TikTok that popped up on Twitter because you know it's viral right now.
TikTok.
Houston Astros.
Renegade.
Nah. Anyways, watching it, and it's actually quite funny. They had a video where it showed dude was dressed up like a cameraman. He's like, incoming slider. And then it switches over to the Astros bench. And
that's funny, bro.
They're just banging on the trash.
That's great. Oh, man. We ended that on a good note. Now that we're in a better mood. Let's get this in NCAA baseball. College baseball.
Yeah.
Just some different teams. It's tough to watch college baseball. They don't put it on TV much. So
No, they do not. They ought to. They put softball more.
They put softball on TV more than college baseball, which makes no sense to me. That is what it seems like. I feel you 100%. Different teams with sweeps. Miami, Florida, Georgia, NC State, North Carolina, South Carolina, Clemson, Texas Tech. I mean, just they didn't play big time opponents this weekend. It was just kind of a warm up weekend for them for the most part.
And then you had some losses that didn't quite see, and that was Louisville was ranked first.
Yeah, they dropped down in the poll.
They went 1-2, and then Vanderbilt also went 1-2, and they were number 2, I do believe. And then of course you had I believe you mentioned Texas Tech.
Yeah, they got the sweep.
Yeah, and then Arkansas was going to be a really good team. Auburn, Mississippi State.
LSU dropped the game against Temple.
They did.
They'll be all right though. The state of Florida is running baseball right now. You got Miami is number 1.
Yes.
Florida's number 2, and Florida State's sneaking up down there at number 12. They are not scared.
I also think North Carolina's, like the state of North Carolina, is going to have some good teams as well with NC State, UNC, and also with East Carolina.
Wake Forest, Duke's not bad. I mean, all the teams are in North Carolina. They are running shit. The ACC and the SEC runs college baseball.
They do.
That's just how it is. That's how it has been.
I think it's going to remain that way.
Yep. Michigan's all right. Big Ten. UCLA is always okay. But, yeah, I'm excited for the season, how it's going to go. Texas Tech leads the nation in home runs right now with like 12, I think, after the first weekend, which is insane.
Wow.
Yeah, they just blasted off.
Maybe they are still inside.
Yeah, they might be.
Maybe that's a conspiracy going on right now. All right, guys.
College baseball, they're still inside too. Let's just put that on TV.
Let's look into it a little bit. I need someone out there. Heck, we'll even do it. Just start watching some Texas Tech games and look in that center fielder and see if you see a Cameron guy.
I'm down. Let's do it.
You might even be able to hear
they do have
in the background beating on the trash cans.
They have 12 home runs in 4 games.
Like they're the Blue Men or something.
Do.
12 home runs. That's ridiculous.
Logan Paulson from Hawaii leads the nation in strikeouts. Citadel is tied for 3rd in the nation in strikeouts.
That is surprising.
How about Charleston, homegrown.
Straight out of Charleston.
College of Charleston, they're 2-1. They had a round robin series this weekend. They beat Iona twice. They had a little tournament. They beat Iona twice and lost to Maryland 4-2. 10 innings. So not too bad. Not too bad of a weekend for them. I think they'll be all right this year. But yeah, I'm excited for this fight. For the fight this weekend.
Yeah, exciting news for the boxing world.
For sure.
You got part 2 of the Fury versus Wilder fight.
Yep, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. It's going to be an exciting fight. Yeah, I mean, they're going to go at each other from the very, very beginning. First 2 rounds, Fury's saying he's going to knock Wilder out in the first 2 rounds. I don't know about that. I think Fury's going to win, but it's going to take a lot more than 2 rounds, I think.
He's got to look out for that power that Wilder possesses.
Unreal.
I mean, they got him knocked to the canvas last match.
Mm-hmm.
So
but he got back
that's
up.
That's something to look for. Yeah, he showed that iron chin a little bit.
Yeah, Fury got back up and handed it to him. That's why it ended up being a draw.
I think that Fury is a better boxer in terms of skill.
Yeah, skill.
However, Wilder comes in with a superhero-like power. He's able to stop a fight out of nowhere. And
you don't know when it's going to come. It can come at any time in the fight. All he's got to do is just unleash it. But Fury can make it miss. He can dodge the punches.
And these are the top 2 fighters in boxing.
They are.
Right now. I mean, this is probably the most anticipated fight we've seen since, or the boxing world has seen since the 90s.
Yeah.
They're both obviously great fighters. Some would even compare them to Holyfield and Tyson, or...
That's what they would compare it to. Mike Tyson and...
Evander Holyfield.
Evander Holyfield, yeah.
Yeah, so really exciting. They started out with a great press conference that we got to watch earlier.
Yeah, just a lot of back and forth.
They started out almost getting into a brawl on stage.
Yeah.
And they had, what's his face?
Joe Tessitore.
Joe Tessitore didn't know what he was doing.
Shoved around a little bit.
Oh my God, it was so awkward for him.
It was funny, man.
I mean,
they had to break him up. They were shoving.
Why put him in that position?
That little teeny man, what's he going to do?
Well, you saw what was happened. He got tossed around.
They were talking mad shit to each other, dude. Like, mad shit.
I'm just not a big fan of their trash talk.
Me either. You can't understand anything.
I don't think between the two of them they have a lick of sense. Yeah. I mean, they might have obviously some of the best boxing IQ, but as far as common sense, I mean,
yeah, they aren't that smart.
They're not witty. Oh my gosh,
that's why they're boxers.
You know, I think it was Fury. He was talking to Wilder. He was like, you know, you're not even the number 2 boxer. You're number 3 boxer. So Wilder's like, well, who's number 1? He's like, I am. He's like, well, who's number 2? He's like, yo mama. What is that, dude? You gotta step up your game.
Exactly. Come on, man.
You gotta get some.
That's like that 6th grade trash talking.
God, he needs to go back home. Or both of them need to just go back home.
Is so fat.
Sit down, and watch some Wild 'N Out or some Conor McGregor videos, some Shell Sonnen videos.
Watch some Wild 'N Out.
Or just
we go wild out. We go wild out.
But no, oh gosh, their trash talk was terrible.
That wild style battle. That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for Deontay Wilder to just come out and roast him. He did say he had pillows
for hands. Oh my gosh, dude. They brought back some elementary school tactics, man.
I mean, I felt like it threw me back just sitting in class joking around.
I felt like we were funnier back then, though.
We were.
Jeez, they were.
It's whatever.
It was garbage, man.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's embarrassing. There's just no swag to them no more.
Let me tell you, you know who else is garbage? The New York Guardians. They are absolutely terrible. They lost to the DC Defenders 27-0 as the Defenders pitched their first shutout ever in the XFL.
Finally, we got to see some goose eggs on the board, man.
And it was great. Let me tell you, as a DC fan, I could not have been more happier.
Absolutely.
With that game. More happy with that game.
Like we say so far, week in and week out, when we're talking about the DC Defenders, dominant performances.
Dominant. I want to apologize for apologizing to Matt McGloin.
Oh my God, he imploded.
So
it was terrible.
It was absolutely. He blamed First off, he played like garbage.
Wait. Let me see if I can find that video. Let everybody hear.
So many throws. He blamed absolutely everything on the offensive coordinator and the coaching staff. He threw for 44 yards and 2 interceptions the whole game.
Oh,
you know how bad they had to be? I mean, they obviously have problems with their coaching, players. I mean, all of it. It's terrible.
I think I have a video of it.
That's so bad.
What do we need to do on offense to get something going here?
We need to change the whole entire game plan at halftime.
And what do you need to change
The whole
on the game
game plan.
plan?
At the time, we had 32 yards, 1 interception, 0 touchdowns, and was 5 for 13. And this is what he goes on to say.
There's just a lot going on right now. It's embarrassing for us here as an offense. So a lot of things we want to fix it.
Embarrassing? You're embarrassing, dude.
Yeah, you don't talk about it.
Jeez. You're supposed to be a leader.
The Matt McGloin that I saw Saturday was the exact same Matt McGloin I expected to see coming into the start of the XFL.
But you know what was great? Bad. Well, anyways, the New York Guardians head coach sat him down.
Yeah.
Didn't have any part in that. He didn't want to hear any of that crap. Sat him down, and they replaced him with Marquise Williams.
Marquise Williams, yeah.
Marquise Williams.
From out of North Carolina. He came in and didn't do anything either.
Absolutely not. It was a great performance by the DC defenders.
Very impressed. Very impressed. The defense is just,
averaging a pick six a game.
Yeah. Linebacker had one. Jameer Thurman got the pick six.
I want to say they have like 5 or 6 defensive touchdowns on the year already.
They had 2 pick sixes last week.
A punt block
for a touchdown. So they have 4. And then a block punt for a touchdown and 1 pick six. Anyways, it was a completely dominant performance by the DC defenders. Cardale Jones, 276 yards, 2 touchdowns. DeAndre Tompkins, your boy.
Yep.
Finally came to life. Finally came to life here. 6 receptions, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
Finally good to see him do something.
Lead receiver, Rashad Ross, 4 receptions, 95 yards. Anthony Johnson, defensive end acquired from the LA trade, came out, showed out for that with that nasty defensive line. He had 1.5 sacks. Travis Barnes out of Clemson had the other sack. Anthony Johnson also had the 2 tackles for loss. And just a completely, just a dominant performance by DC.
This team, in my opinion, is probably the most complete team.
Absolutely.
There's just nothing they really lack. And they're good on both sides of the ball.
And you look at somebody like a team like Houston. They got an explosive offense, but their defense could use a little more. Or somebody like St. Louis has got a good run game, and their offense can really put it together. But their defense, they're good, but they could use a little bit more work. DC's just going out there every week and showing out and dominating teams.
I think that's going to continue on as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The next game, Tampa Bay at Seattle.
Wasn't a very offensive game.
No. Seattle ended up winning. Seattle ended up winning 17-9. Tampa Bay's 0-2.
Yeah, so something that no one really saw coming, but now I think it's becoming more clear to everybody that this Tampa Bay team is just not good.
No, they're not.
They're not.
I do not.
2 completely devastating performances.
Something's wrong with coaching because this kid named Taylor Cornelius
came out of nowhere.
Dude,
when they had Q Flowers.
When they had Quentin Flowers, who obviously could have started and brought a whole nother dimension to their offense, played the whole game. Aaron Murray was hurt, ended up not playing.
It'd do them some good if they just listen to our podcast. We're telling them what to do.
What's up with this?
Heck, you can listen to any other podcast, broadcast, whatever out there.
Just
put Quentin Flowers. Hop on that train, man.
Hop on it. Why not? Obviously what you're doing is not working.
He's a playmaker.
Mixing Quentin Flowers in isn't working, so you're going to have to start it, basically, in order to win games. And at this point, you need to do anything you can to win games.
You have nothing else to lose.
No, absolutely not. Jacquez Patrick showed out for him, though, running back out of Florida State. He ended up with 14 carries, 73 yards. He was the leading rusher. Tampa Bay is the only team with 2 100-yard rushers on the team.
They do have really good ground game out of that duo package that they run. That's good to see since they can't really get anything through the air. And this is a passing league. But
it's the second week in a row that a defensive back has led them in tackles because they play the 4-2-5 defense. 5 defensive backs, 2 linebackers, 4 linemen. Marcellus Branch, 12 tackles and a sack. Seattle defense was all over Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
4 sacks, 3 interceptions. Cornelius threw 2, Quentin Flowers threw 1. Steven Johnson again led the team in tackles. Linebacker. He had 10. Steve Williams, defensive back, had 7 tackles and 1.5 sacks. Offense, like we said, it wasn't really a big offensive game. Brandon Silvers, he did throw a 68-yard strike to Keenan Reynolds down the middle. for a touchdown. They ended up sealing the game for him right there.
But he only had 91 yards passing.
I know. I mean, they didn't put up a lot of yards at all as a team. He did throw an interception. Tampa Bay couldn't get it done. They didn't score a touchdown. Again, this is the second week they didn't score a touchdown last week, did they?
I don't believe so, no. They're
That's
just really
crazy.
struggling.
Tampa Bay, this is their second week in a row.
sorry.
They haven't scored a touchdown. So they obviously got problems there on the offensive. Yeah, they just need to fix everything. They need to, you know what they need to do? They need to sign Phillip Rivers or Tom Brady. Let's get the GOAT down there in Tampa Bay.
That is not going to happen.
Their offensive line is what's holding them back. I mean, they've allowed 7 sacks, 8 sacks on the year, the 2 games.
Phillip Rivers and Tom Brady are too good.
I don't know
For
about
this
Phillip
league.
Rivers. I love Phillip Rivers. I do, but he is not.
He is too good.
Tom Brady's too good, 100%. Tom Brady can go win another Super Bowl right now if he wanted to. I mean, he needs a little bit more help than the practice squad that was playing for him at receivers this past year. He can go win a Super Bowl right now. He's about to go win a Super Bowl. What you mean?
Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers.
Cardale Jones couldn't even start behind Phillip, or couldn't start in front of Phillip Rivers.
Okay, that's because LA was
That's because
LA was
Phillip Rivers is a better quarterback.
LA was
in the NFL.
devoted to Phillip Rivers. They just wanted him to win a Super Bowl so bad and he couldn't get it done. He's not even a Hall of Famer, bro. This is ridiculous. You have to win in my opinion, you have to win a Super Bowl to be in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely not.
Like you can't.
Dan Marino.
The skill that's in there now, like he's already in there. You can't take him out. I'm talking about now. Like Eli Manning was a borderline Hall of Famer. His record was 50. His record was 500, and he won 2 Super Bowls. And I'm saying he was a borderline Hall of Famer. There's no way in hell Phillip Rivers should be a Hall of Famer. I appreciate him, everything he's done for the league. I love Phillip Rivers, but he is not a Hall of Famer. No way in the world.
I'm not claiming Phillip Rivers to be a Hall of Famer, but he has been consistently a decent quarterback for the Chargers.
I 100% agree with you. He's a good quarterback, but he never got over the hump. That's what he needed. He needed to get over the hump, and he never did. But you never know. He might. Next game, Sunday. First game, Dallas Renegades, LA Wildcats. Dallas won 25-18. To be honest with you, it was a tough game to watch.
Yeah, things didn't really get started until about the fourth quarter there. I mean, thank goodness, but it ended up being a really good game if you just watched the last bit.
Yeah. The thing about Dallas was they outgained LA by 200 yards, but it still came down to the wire. LA ended up turning it over on downs, and Dallas got the dub, but, I mean, still, it was a close game.
Yeah, it was really close, and it was really great to see quarterback Landry Jones finally come into play.
Yes, he showed out.
Yes, he did. And that's what we predicted would happen, especially with all the experience he's had.
Yeah, 305 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. I mean, it's not bad.
70% from the field.
Yeah, 70% completion percentage, which is really good. He connected with his tight end a lot, Donald Parham. 5 receptions, 76 yards. And
that tight end's kind of like a really tall slot too.
Yeah,
Parham is, and that's just a really good addition to your team.
Yeah, and your boy Cameron Artis-Payne, who you weren't too high on.
No,
I guess you could say you would cap him.
Yeah,
Cameron Artis-Payne cap.
Yeah, that's
you
funny.
Were capping.
That's corny. Anyways,
14 yards, 99 carries, 2 touchdowns. Last one to seal the game.
He had a good performance this week.
Good.
Okay, he had the best performance out of any running back in the league this week. We'll see if he carries it on. Good for him.
Landry Jones back really helped him out a lot.
Absolutely.
Josh Johnson ended up getting the start for LA.
Yep.
196 yards, 2 touchdowns. He played all right.
I mean, not too bad.
They scored on one play, on one drive.
Yeah.
A strike right down the middle of Nelson Spruce, who ended up with 89 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Nelson Spruce is just so consistent.
Yeah.
Week in, week out.
He's a stud.
He is the leading receiver in the XFL right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he is. He's
just having impressive outings.
Yeah, he is. It's great. He was 100 yards last week, or 100 and however many last week. 80, almost
So-
90 this week.
So far, DBs really just haven't been able to figure them out yet.
They did get the first successful 3-point conversion, though.
Yes, they did, finally. Because I
Finally
heard
got
the announcers talking like maybe they should go back in and really think about this conversion thing. No one's really making it. And then I was like, well, no. It's the
Right.
XFL.
Yeah.
Things have changed.
Absolutely.
People need to figure out a better strategy to get into the end zone.
Exactly. You need to do better.
We don't want automatic field goals. That's why we took them out.
Exactly. 3-point conversions.
And
are
it put them in
fun.
the game at the end.
Exactly. Exactly. It did end up making it a game. This last game, by far the best game of the week.
Absolutely.
If you watched it. St. Louis and Houston Roughnecks.
Great
Houston won.
good quarterbacks going head
At
to
it.
head.
They were going at it, and they were back and forth. Houston ended up winning 28-24. St. Louis gave the game away.
They did. They
did run the ball 43 times, which was that. I mean, we knew that this team was definitely a run-based team.
Yeah, absolutely.
But,
especially between the quarterback and the running back duo they have there.
Teamu went off. I mean, he put the team on his back, basically. 81% completion percentage, 285 yards, 3 touchdowns, 8 rushes, 32 yards, and another touchdown.
Absolutely.
One of his interceptions, though, should not have counted. The Houston linebacker came in, jumped off sides, so he thought he had a free play, and he threw it up in the air.
And you can tell that happened. And then directly after the play,
he was.
I mean, he thought the play was going to be called off, you know. And
Absolutely.
then he goes walking off. He's like, well, he's arguing with the ref. He's just like, dude, the dude jumped off sides. How do you not call that?
It was obvious. I don't know how, this is what the XFL replay was made for, so we didn't have controversy
I
like
know,
this.
and they
And this
didn't
is what
use it.
gives
The
me
announcers were
huge-
confused they didn't use it.
Huge headache. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe could
The
have
replay
changed.
official in
the outcome of the game.
the building and up above should be able to buzz down and review that, because I understand you don't want to do that for every play, but that was a game changing play. They ended up. Houston ended up scoring and taking the lead and ended up winning the game because of it. LaDamian Washington, receiver for St. Louis, ended up 77 yards and a touchdown. DeMornay Pearson-L, another wide receiver.
Pearson L is by far their number
he's
one
a
target, number one guy for sure.
9 catches, 50 yards, and a touchdown.
And
This past
I believe it was him that is playing after the death of his mother, I believe.
Yeah, so shout out to him, man. I know that's tough. There's another guy. There's a guy on DC doing it too. I can't remember if it's Ross or Eli Rogers. It's one of
It
them.
might have been Eli Rogers.
I think it's Eli Rogers. But, shout out to them, man. That's tough, man. I
Or
couldn't imagine.
something happened.
Yeah.
But it's really good to have that in-game interview sessions.
Yeah.
That you
I
really
love
get to hear more about
it connects you more to the players. And
It-
you get
it
more
really
games
does.
to the game. I love it.
I think it's also funny, despite all the personal stuff that it gives to the fans, but it also is hilarious.
It is kind of
Frankly.
funny. It is kind of
Dude the quarterback throws a pick. What does the reporter do? He runs over to the quarterback. Hey, man, why'd you throw that interception?
I don't know, just because I felt like it.
What are you supposed to say to that?
Exactly.
Dude, that would get in my head so easily. Some dude just comes over here and is like, hey, why are you such trash?
Like, for real.
Or, why are you letting your team down? It's like, God.
You know who didn't let their team down? Phillip Walker.
It's like,
Phillip Walker.
quarterback, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Why are you such a disappointment to your family?
PJ Walker, 170
PJ.
yards, 3 touchdowns, clear. I don't know now. Him and Teamu are putting it up for the MVP race so far.
Cardell's in there a little bit.
Cardell's in there too.
He's just not as
He
when
had-
it comes
he
to
hadn't opened up
entertainment. It's just not as exciting.
He hadn't opened up yet. He's got to get involved more with his receivers.
Yeah,
But with Houston,
I do think PJ Walker is obviously the front runner for
Mhm.
MVP right now.
absolutely.
I mean, the kid's playing incredible. Honestly, I know we like doing those comparisons like we had with Q Flowers and Taysom Hill.
Mhm.
I'm not saying the skill's the same, but comparing, I mean,
I know where you're going.
I'm
with this.
gonna compare PJ Walker to the NFL's
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. I want to hear it.
Patrick
Mahomes. Yes, absolutely.
I mean, did you see the sidearm?
The
Sidearm pass. It was
smooth.
smooth, man.
God, I was thinking that same thing after I saw it. I was like, dude, this is the XFL.
I was like, Patty, oh no.
I thought it was Patrick Mahomes for a second, but then it saw Walker on the back of his jersey. I was like, oh man. Wide receiver Cam Phillips, star of the week.
Absolutely. Easily.
XFL week 2, star of the week. 8 receptions, 63 yards, 3 touchdowns. One of them being a reception from the sidearm pass from PJ Mahomes.
PJ Walker.
Linebacker Beniquez Brown led the team 10 tackles. Houston's defense did not play bad, even though they gave up 24 points.
No, they were playing a really good offense as well.
Yeah.
Out of that St. Louis team. So their defense efficiency obviously wasn't going to be quite as good as it normally is, but still they played an impressive game as well.
3 sacks, 2 interceptions, even though one shouldn't have counted, but 7 tackles for loss. I mean, it's tough going against that St. Louis run game all game.
Absolutely.
That's tough. It's tough. They hung in there and they did it. I was surprised. Standings. So, after week 2, the standings, Houston is up on top. Houston Roughnecks are leading the way here. I mean, not really a surprise to anybody. I mean, DC comes in at 2. They kind of have an argument. But from what I've seen, Houston's definitely the top team right now.
Especially points.
Yeah, their offense is just clicking on all cylinders right now. And DC struggled a little bit in the first half of week 1 against Seattle. And Houston played third-ranked St. Louis Battlehawks. They're the number 3 seed right now. So Houston has that quality win against the top team. So Houston Roughnecks 1, DC Defenders 2, St. Louis 3.
And then number 4, you got the Dallas Renegades.
Yeah.
Led by Landry Jones.
I can see that with Landry Jones coming back. Absolutely. I mean, he came out and showed out. They got the win.
Impressive win over LA.
Over LA, yeah, for sure. So I'm excited to see them moving forward with Cameron Artis-Payne running the ball. I know you're not a big fan of him, but Landry Jones really opened it up for him.
Then you got a toss-up for your number 5 seed. It's either between the New York Guardians or between Seattle Dragons.
If you ask me right now, I'm giving it to Seattle.
I am too.
I mean, I understand it's a toss-up. They're both 1-1.
New York.
They both beat Tampa Bay. They both lost to DC. So I mean, they're both pretty.
But New York
even
played
right
a absolutely terrible game this past week.
Seattle. I mean, coming off a win and coming off a loss. I mean, you're gonna give it to Seattle. So I think Seattle would go over
the Guardians there. Yeah,
the Guardians.
So coming in at 6, you have the Guardians, and then at number 7. You have the LA Wildcats.
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising to see. I mean, and then to see Tampa Bay last. I mean,
just to hit on a little bit about LA, probably the worst defense in the league.
Yeah, and they were coming in supposed to be one of the best. And they're so I'm regretting my preseason predictions.
Of course, you have the 0-2 Tampa Bay Vipers.
They really need to get it together. Shout out to our boys, Brian and Ian, having a tough time right now with their XFL squad.
Yeah.
We hoping things getting better for y'all. We're praying for y'all. Y'all's XFL.
Just overall for Ian as well. For those of you who don't know, he's also a Redskins fan.
And so, yeah, he's definitely having
I mentioned that a little bit, but...
you know, DC's 1 win away from tying Washington Redskins total for the whole season last year.
Like we said in the last podcast, man, they should really think about moving one team down and moving one team up. I think it's a great idea.
I think it is too, to be honest with you. Let's get us some predictions next week. By the way, I was 4-0 last week.
Were you?
I was 4-0 last week. You were 3-1.
It's 3-1.
Which isn't bad.
No? What's the
I
overall?
was 4-0. I'm 6-2, and you're 5-3.
Okay.
Not bad.
Pretty close.
We're both on the positive side of 500.
Yep.
Which is good right now. First game Saturday, 2:00, February 22nd. Houston Roughnecks at Tampa Bay Vipers.
I think this is an easy one
Easy
for everybody.
for both of us. It's definitely gonna be Houston.
Houston,
We're
number one
definitely
team versus the last team in the league.
Yeah, you guys.
They aren't going to give it up.
No.
It's not going to happen.
I don't see it. Maybe if Quentin Flowers starts and shows out. I don't know the status of Aaron Murray. I'm gonna go with Houston. 5:00 game, Dallas Renegades, Seattle Dragons. This is a huge game.
This is probably the biggest game.
I would say this is the game of the week. The Wash Ups podcast.
This is
XFL
the Wash Ups podcast game of the week.
game of the week. There we go. Dallas Renegades at Seattle Dragons. This is a toss up here. I'm gonna go Seattle.
Are you?
I'm gonna take Seattle in the upset. I wanna take an upset here. Looking at the other games, I don't know if I see one. So Seattle is gonna be the team I'm gonna go with my upset for this.
Do you have a reason behind that? Reasoning behind that?
I like Seattle's defense. I think they can. Their front four or front seven can slow down Cameron Artis-Payne and make Landry Jones win the game. I think the DBs are gonna make plays back there and get Landry Jones head. The offense. I mean, Brandon Silver. They got a tough time on offense because Brandon Silvers is not, a stud up there at quarterback, and
No, he's
their
not.
running game isn't exceptional. But I'm a believer with Jim Zorn right now. I'm a believer. I think he's gonna get it done.
All right. I'm going to pick Dallas. The Dallas Renegades in this one.
Okay,
So we're going to split right there.
not a bad decision.
I do believe in Landry Jones. I think he came out when he needed to at the end of that game this past week, especially for a starting game, for it to be so close and him just to have that pressure on him and deliver over and over again. I think that's going to give him a lot of confidence moving forward in the next game against Seattle. And Seattle does have a good defense, but they also played the worst team in the league last
They
week.
did,
So,
which is it's good. Basically a bye week for them, getting ready for Dallas.
I mean, a little bit, but I just don't think Landry Jones is going to be throwing the ball away like that, or they're just not going to get those takeaways. And I do believe that Dallas is just going to outplay him on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
The Renegades' defense,
They're not bad.
they're not bad, mediocre. I believe it's going to be settled on the offensive side of the ball. So
Got you. Sunday, February 23rd, 3:00. New York Guardians at St. Louis. I'm going to go St. Louis. Jordantown, that ground game would be too much
yeah,
for New York.
I'm going to go St. Louis as well.
It really just depends on what New York ends up doing.
I just don't think their defense is going to. They finally faced a good quarterback
And it
out
showed.
of Jones. They're going to face a good quarterback out of town.
That run game is going to be tough to put up with. I'm telling you, for any team in this league, that run game is going to be tough from St. Louis.
Absolutely.
And I mean,
It's just
New
too
York-
versatile.
Yeah.
So, moving on to the last game of the week, 6 o'clock game.
Our own DC Defenders.
Our DC Defenders are going to be at LA.
First road game.
The Wildcats.
First road
So-
game all the way across the map.
Not going to be in Washington, D.C. anymore. We're going to have a different environment around them. Might throw them off a little. However, I'm going to take D.C. in this. They're just consistently putting up points.
Yeah.
Defense is consistently getting takeaways and getting touchdowns off those takeaways. It's just going to be another dominant performance that we're
Yeah,
going to talk about so far each week.
I'm going to take DC too. I mean, LA, they've fallen apart on defense. I don't even know if they've gotten a defensive coordinator yet. Norm Chow he's trying, doing his best with what he's got on offense. He just doesn't have those weapons anymore. So it'll be tough for him.
That defense is really going to hurt them.
Yeah, we got some exciting stuff this weekend.
Absolutely. We
Coming
got
up. The XFL, obviously.
baseball, full swing, spring
baseball,
training
spring
for
training.
the MLB. And then we also have, excuse me, we also have the fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, which is going to be just a fun night for us.
Yeah. The NBA's back, college baseball,
College
basketball. I mean, it's a good time to be a sports fan right
Absolutely.
now.
Like we said last week, it's just
We're in the running right now. It's going to be good. Pleasure being with you, brother.
absolutely.
That'll conclude episode 3 of the Wash Ups podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, spread the word, by the way. Follow our Twitter account at @thewash_ups. DM us any questions, anything you want us to talk about, any topics. Great.
I'll go in and put some polls up for fights and games to watch this week.
Yeah.
Also, maybe some MVP stuff. We're also looking into some future plans down the road here on YouTube.
Some big events coming.
We got some things that we're going to try and get done. We'll give you a few hints. Maybe some video, some live streaming going on. Maybe some guest speakers.
We're going to get us a guest speaker here soon.
Might even throw some events if we really want to.
Yeah,
depending on how many people want to show up, We got some things coming up, especially in April, that we really want to focus on.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a fun thing if we get that done. So
we appreciate y'all for listening.
Absolutely appreciate it.
Spread the word, man.
Keep spreading the word. We want more subscribers. We want more viewers. Also, like it up. We see you're viewing it. Just give us the likes or dislike. We'll take anything.
Shoot. If you want to dislike, hey, that just makes our page look even better. Come on, give us some feedback.
Absolutely.
We love it.
We already had a few comments on the last one, but tweet us.
Yeah, we'll have us a good old time. We appreciate y'all.
We'll be quick to get back with you.
I'm Jackson Wolf.
And I'm Garrett Collins.
And that's the end of the Wash Ups podcast. The boys of Charleston.
We out here.